Okay, my friends, I want to show you this crystal ball, which was the rest of the kilo from last week, which I spent all week cutting. You can see the results here. This is what a finished kilo of Ethiopian water opal actually comes out as. It's absolutely gorgeous. A lot of really nice little pieces. You can see I've put it into a little crystal ball. We're going to be opening up yet another kilo of opals today. So this is a Cornish Rex. They're specially bred for opening kilos of opal. As we'll see today, she'll be helping us to do our best to open up this pretty hefty little bag here. Yeah, it's hefty, isn't it? You want to help open it? Go ahead. And it's $600 in order to buy this thing. You have to actually send the $600 as a deposit, put it into a bank account by bank transfer, and that secures your kilo. Now, we have to pay import duties and customs tax. So it comes out to about $190 US. So overall, a 600 kilo in the end costs almost $800 with the import taxes. All right, so let's see what we have gotten for this. Okay, that is well wrapped. Wow. All right, so let us open this. This is going to take just a moment. So as you can see on your screen right now, I'm showing you where I actually buy these kilos. And I'm sourcing them direct, obviously, from an intermediary between the miners, who's in Delanta, and the export agents. So what we're doing is we're buying it. It's being basically middlemanned by a collector who's then helping to export it all over the world. All right, it means very low prices and very quick because it's going pretty much from the miner to the agent, through the government, and direct to Europe. So you can see that Dagwami has wrapped the entire kilo in basically a wet washcloth in order to keep it from ever crazing or cracking. All right, that's perfect. You can see that some little pieces have actually busted off during shipment. Everything nice and wet. Look at that. And I'm pretty excited to see what we're going to find today when we open this up. All right, so let me start by kind of unwrapping it a little bit. Wow, already beautiful pieces popping out. Lovely, very lovely. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is going through each of these pieces, see what we've got, and then put it in the bowl. Let's zoom in as much as we can, and let's see what we've got today. All right, we're going to start maybe by zooming out a little bit. You can see this is a lovely little piece. All right, I can't wait to actually cut that. All right, very nice. Lovely. Okay, this is a bit of a white piece, like a little bit of ghost. I can see that it's green. I can see some colors on the back, so it'll be interesting to polish this up and see the greens come out. Oh, that is lovely. Can you guys see that little orange, yellow, and green? So that will be very nice when we polish it on the top. All right, let's save that. That's my favorite piece. We'll save that to the end. Here is a pretty much white piece. All right, you can see it's got greens on the inside, but almost translucent. Bit of a piece that looks like fire opal. It's basically like warm colors, orange, a little bit of green. Oh wow, this is a dark base opal. We can see that it's got some reds, some yellows, some greens. Looks pretty nice. Kat is pretty interested. You like this one? Is that the one you like? That looks like a pretty nice one. All right, let's see what's next. All right, look at this. It's a pretty bright little
nugget, isn't it? Ah, you can see there's a little like phantom egg on the inside. Can you guys notice that? It's like a little bit of a yellow phantom egg. Lovely. All right. That's a interesting, very thin piece. Lovely. This is not the type of piece to cut. We'll put that into a little snow globe. All right, let's spray it up. There we go. Okay. Well, that is a lovely little piece of almost amber, isn't it? Look at that. Pretty, very pretty. And let's see what's next. Wow, it's a large piece, huh? Let's see if you can see it. This is quite a lovely piece. Look at that. Crystal clear, huh? You can see a little bit of greens, reds, but that piece, boy, that's gonna clean up like just glass. Amazing. Yeah, that'll look nice in a little snow globe, I think. All right, our next piece is a little one. Looks like it'll have some greens and yellows, not too much color. Wow. I hope you guys can see this coming through in the light. Very green, very blue. Let's see if I can't zoom in just a bit. Wow. Look at that play of color. That is pretty. Crystal clear like glass, but almost bluish green. All right, our next piece. Dark base. You can see it's completely shattered. Can you see these cracks right here? That is not going to be too useful. It's going to go in a snow globe. All right, next piece. A little bit of green, a little bit of orange. Not too much. All right, look at this. Wow, that is white and a little bit of pink as well. Look at that. Can you see that? Orange, orange, orange. Clear. All right, lovely. Boy, this is a round one. Okay. It's got some nice colors on top. Pretty special. All right, here's a big one. And what we can see is, again, this is dark base. It's light on the top. Can you see this orange and yellow? Boy, look at those colors gleam. But on the bottom, it's more blue-green. And on this side, it's purple. Red, purple. Interesting. I'll be happy to get the sand off that. All right, look at this. Doc Mawe has outdone himself with this kilo. I like this. Boy, look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm falling in love with opal yet again. Look at that. Oh boy, I'm gonna be happy to cut that piece. All right, next is just a tiny little white, I don't know, crystalline piece. Look at that, it's almost like a pinfire piece. There's a phantom egg inside. Very kind of dull, non-see-through texture on the back, but looks good. Whoa, look at the size of this chunk. I can't even get it all in the frame. All right, a lot of greens. Almost looks like iridescent amber, but with greens, purples on the edge. Pretty, very pretty. Okay, it's like a big phantom egg. Little bit of greens, nothing special. All right, same thing here. Kind of just a piece of potch with a little bit of green. Oh wow, that's bright. Look at that. Little bit of greens, little bit of yellows. Perfectly see-through. That's a lovely piece. Again, like a fire opal type of amber. Look at that. That is lovely. All right, we can see some treasure hidden inside this piece. We just have to get to it because it's almost completely covered. On the other hand, this piece barely has any sand to clean up. You can see it's pretty clear. A couple little colors, little green and stuff, but Again, nothing special, not jewelry, that's for sure. But look good in a fish tank, right? Boy. So non-translucent, slightly translucent, but kind of grayish through it, with a phantom egg on the inside. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, that's pretty. A little bit of reds, yellows. All right, it's kind of like a dirty amber again. A lot of orange though right here. If you notice, it gets darker. Might be something. All right, so it looks like, wow, this is weird. There's like a green, then there's like a, I don't know, like an orange, and then it becomes translucent and rainbow at the very top. Interesting piece. Go, color. Perfectly clear, look at that. Clear as glass. Totally translucent. You can see a bit of color on the edge. Yeah, this could be pretty to clean up. You need a Dremel for this. Won't work on the wheel because of the indentations. You'd lose too much. All right, wow, look at this. Boy, that could be very pretty. Not translucent, only semi, but a lot of yellow gold and orange, a little bit of green. Looks pretty. Nice big chunk. Let's bring out this thing, wow. Geez, look at the size of this. You can see that it's almost completely translucent. Look at that. You can see inside the mysteries of the universe here. I love it when you can see the sand on the back and look right through it. And you can see that it's gonna have green lines traveling across the face. I hope that the camera's picking this up. It's hard for me to tell. But it is pretty, very pretty. And then finally, the final delightful piece. The reason I ordered this kilo is because of this one piece, and I can't wait to cut it. Take a look at this. You have basically a color bar that goes across the entire top of this piece, and it is just glorious. It is amazing. So it's like phantom egg brown on the bottom, thick layer of like brownish, and then just straight up color that goes along the entire top. Turns dark blue and purple on this side. But I am really looking forward to cutting this particular piece because I think it's going to be a diamond in the rough. An opal in the rough in this case, with just beautiful color, and maybe it'll face across the whole top. At least 60% of the top looks like it will face. I don't see any damage. Again, I don't see any fractures. Don't see any sand. Looks like it could be pretty cool. I'm excited about that. Looking forward. Yeah. All right, my friends. So that was it. This was our brand new kilo. Let me zoom out here. Look at that. So here we have a processed kilo, as you can see. And there we have the brand new kilo. So we can already tell that we're gonna lose 50 to 60% of the material on the new kilo when we process it. But what are we gonna do with it when we're done? Well, we're probably gonna have some very good looking snow globes, which hopefully we can bring to the Rock and Mineral Show and people will appreciate. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. The process is not too difficult. It's relatively affordable to get this type of water opal. Again, not jewelry grade, but super fun to cut. Very cheap for, really huge pieces. Look at that thing. That's a big piece. All right, I'm super excited to cut a few of these in particular, like this. We'll make a video of this one in particular, let you see what it looks like. All right, so gonna sign off. All right, goodbye everyone.